Podcasters want to be in the top 100, where all the listening activity takes place. At least that's what we're being sold. But the reality is quite a bit different and a lot more rewarding. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. A lot of attention is paid or directed at the top 100 or top 50 or even top 10 lists in podcasting. And there are tools and services that we podcasters can either get for free or buy into to track our rankings on various apps and directories. It's a rare day, I think, that passes where someone isn't out there promising another podcaster the secret to get a show, any show, at the top of that 100 list or a top 100 list for a fee, large or small. Now, I know you're not foolish enough to fall for those scams, but still, you would probably love to see your show listed in the top 100, wouldn't you? Of course you would. We all would. But I have a cryptic message for you. No one listens to the top 100 podcasts. Now, I know that was weird what I just said. And here's what I'm not saying. I am not saying that the shows on the list aren't popular shows. Look, each of them get tens, if not hundreds of thousands of downloads on each one of their episodes. We know that. I'm also not saying that those shows don't have their ardent fans who listen intently and even proselytize others to listen to that show. Of course they do. That's absolutely true for every single one of those shows listed in the top 100. I'm just saying no one listens to all of them. In fact, no one listens to most of them. In fact, no one probably listens to all of the top 10 podcasts or even most of the top 10 podcasts. More, in fact, for you, the 80 million weekly podcast consumers in the U.S. spend more time listening to shows not in the top 100 than they do listening to content from the shows in the top 100. Now, do more people listen to top 100 shows than my show? Without a doubt. Do more people listen to top 100 shows than your show? Well, if your show isn't on that list, then almost certainly. The majority, meaning over 50% of the hours people spend listening to podcasts are spent on podcasts not in the top 100. It's tricky to wrap your head around, so let me try it another way. If we took every hour listeners spend listening to podcasts and dumped all of those hours out and put a label on them, segregated them between hours spent on top 100 and hours spent on not top 100, the total number of hours in the not top 100 would greatly exceed the other list. That's the long tail at work. And that's the power of podcasting. Podcasters not in the top 100 list are quite successful. Many of them lead a luxurious lifestyle. Many more can pay their bills. Many more than that are living satisfied, completely fulfilled lives. And an even greater number of them are happy, just happy putting out their craft into the world. And many, like me, are happy to have found an audience that genuinely enjoys the content we produce and always seem to be hungry for more. So from me to you, thank you. Thank you very much for listening to the words that I have to say on a daily basis. Now, before I wrap this up, this, by the way, is the final episode of the third season of Podcast Pontifications. A few items. One, there will, without a doubt, be activity in the podcast feed while I am on break. One listener, hi York, has already sent me in his own pontification to publish. And I will do that. And also, if you would like to do the same, get in touch with me. I'll send you the very easy to follow instructions of how you can make that happen. Beyond that, I'm experimenting with some new ideas, and those might have an audio component, so of course you would get that in the feed while the break is happening. I'm definitely going to be experimenting with some publishing stuff, actually publishing newsletter information in a slightly different format. So if you're not yet on the newsletter, you want to fix that, go to podcastpontifications.com, click the big subscribe button on top, and enter in your email, and you'll be added to that list. Yesterday, speaking of new things, I invited people who support me with a membership on buymeacoffee.com to a special community. Yeah. And they all now who are in there, and they're coming in today more, they will all have special founding member status, some little status badge to put on there. And this weekend, I'm going to open that up to people who have done one-time virtual coffee donations at buymeacoffee.com/evoterra. Once we worked out the kinks with my coffee people, the members and the one-time buyers, I'm then going to send out an email to everybody on the PPIYI, that's Podcast Pontifications, in your inbox, either later on this weekend or next week once we're all comfortable with it. I've got people like Alex T-Lander who's watching right now. Alex is going to help me do that as well. He's more of a master of this community than I am. And I've got others too. Steph is such as going to help. So we'll get all the kinks worked out, and then we'll let everybody who's on the newsletter in on the party as well. So definitely pick one. Either, sign up for the buymeacoffee.com, either a membership or as a single coffee supporter, get on the Podcast Pontifications in your inbox list, or what the heck, just do all of those things. I think that'd be great. All right, that's it. I shall be back in July of 2021 with Season 4 of Podcast Pontifications. Cheers.